Before the two detectives even sat down, Tracy Walker was talking. He asked whether the coroner had run tests yet on a knife found in his tent. A man's body had been discovered near a small homeless encampment where Walker was living. He swore to the homicide investigators they'd find the weapon hadn't been used in the slaying. But Daniel Machuca and Gustavo Carrillo, detectives with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, wanted to ask Walker about another body. They showed him a photograph of a young Latina with close-cropped hair. Walker knew her. He told the detectives he'd caught the woman in his tent, stealing his belongings, and had given her a serious response, according to court records. The woman, Walker said, had been the first one. Compton Creek is a concrete-bound ribbon of muddy water that hugs Alameda Street and Santa Fe Avenue in Rancho Dominguez before flowing into the Los Angeles River. It cuts through industrial properties and railway yards, a stripe of green set against an expanse of gray and rust. It is a quiet place, where the distant clattering of trucks along Amo Boulevard sounds muffled and the bike path that hugs the creek is usually empty. But for a small group of people who have pitched tents in the shade of the trees that grow along its eastern bank, the creek is home. It was here that 3 people were killed in the last year. Walker, 56, has pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of murder and 1 count of possessing a firearm as a felon. His attorney, Kelly L. O'Brien, said she was still reviewing evidence and declined to comment. Deputy Dist. Atty. Hilary Williams, who is prosecuting the case, declined to comment. The detectives who investigated Walker were not made available for an interview. Those who prosecutors say Walker killed, like him, were among the roughly 65,000 people in Los Angeles County who have no home or exist precariously on the line between housed and unsheltered. Their lives were battered by forces that so often shape stories of homelessness, addiction, mental illness, broken homes, but they never fully gave up on life or on dreams of creating something better. How each drifted from family and allegedly collided with Walker on a desolate patch of land tells a broader story about the vulnerability that pervades every moment of living on the streets. Amid a startling overall rise in homicides in Los Angeles County over the last year, killings of homeless people have surged most dramatically. A railroad engineer was walking along tracks near the creek one evening last June when a foul smell coming from a patch of brush stopped him. Past the bushes, in a circular dirt clearing, he found the decomposing body of a woman lying on her back. Patricia Loeza had been stabbed 8 times. Her hands and wrists were marked with cuts, a sign that she tried to fend off her attacker. Near her body was a collapsed tent, its fabric slashed and torn.